How do you wield power with love? How do you wield strength with love? Or how does love itself become strength? I feel like this is fundamental to understanding the real power of love. People say that love is the greatest magic. You know, that's a common trope in folk tales and myth, that love conquers all. And I want to really, really sink into that today. Because it's not, on the surface, it's not exactly clear. Love is, in our culture, is seen as something that is maybe fragile or prone to sentimentality or weakness. But in reality, love truly is this gateway. And more than a gateway, it is itself that great power, that great strength that allows us to conquer all darkness. And to understand where that strength lies within love, we have to understand what it is that love is. Love is acceptance. When we love, we accept. We accept warmly, totally, completely. We affirm what is. And if this is loving ourselves, that means we affirm and love and accept ourselves totally. As Friedrich Nietzsche said, make of your life a masterpiece, so that every facet, every part of you, even the ugly, strange, weird parts, are essential to the masterpiece that is you. Accepting, loving another person is accepting them totally and completely. To love someone is not to ask them to change, not to need them to change. And if they do change, loving them in their transformation, regardless of where it takes them. Loving the world is accepting the world. Loving the world is not trying to save the world, because that you have in your mind an image of a world that is more perfect than this one. The reality is, if you truly love this world, there is nothing that needs saving. There is no one that needs saving. It is always and forever perfect. And that is the real power, the hidden, secret power of love, is that you look at anything. You look onto anything with this open heart, and you can feel and see that it is perfect, just as it is. You are able to accept it. You're able to accept yourself. You're able to accept anyone exactly as they are. And in that is the very heart of awakening, of enlightenment. It's not about saving all sentient beings. It's about honoring and recognizing that all sentient beings are already part of the perfection, of the enlightenment that is this world. And so to love completely with a totally open heart, that is aligning yourself with the reality of the world. That is accepting the world entirely as it is. And in accepting that, you align yourself with it. It's as if the entire universe is suddenly at your back. Because this is you. This is you. Even if you were to die, the universe, it carries you forward. It carries you on. Not your personality, not your body, not your mind, but the essence of you. And when you walk out into the world with this clear understanding that your love, your heart, your being is almost being pushed and carried forward by the force of reality, then nothing that you meet can stop you. And it's not that you have any desire to dominate or, get rid of anything in front of you, because everything in front of you is really just you. But any darkness, any anger, any hatred that you encounter that's thrown at you, any spears, daggers, any foul words or feelings, you can meet them and take them. Not defend them, not deflect them, not protect yourself from them, because that is closing up the heart. But rather doing exactly the opposite. The thing that the ego and the body counterintuitively, they would try and run, they would try and fight, they would try and protect themselves, because that's what the body and the ego are designed to do. But the heart does something completely different. It opens itself. It bears itself. It says, here, I'm right here. And the sword pierces right through it. And the spear, and the dagger, and the poison, the darkness, everything. And the heart remains open. Despite the pain, despite the tears, despite the anguish. If the heart can remain open, then it can transmute any and all attacks, any and all darkness, and bring it to the light. It is able to see, the heart is able to see the heart in others, the goodness behind all that fear, all that anger, all those defenses that other people throw up in front of them. I did a video a while ago about what it means to be a warrior of love. What it means to fight with love. And it doesn't mean being strong. It doesn't mean being the best. It doesn't mean getting others to do what you want them to do. It means being able to hurt. And to keep on hurting. And to keep your heart open. No matter how bad it gets. Because eventually, the person that is hurting you won't be able to anymore. Because you will have pierced to the heart of them. You will have touched the light inside of them. And when that happens, you've won. Because they cannot ignore the fact that they are themselves a being of light. That they have that same thing within them that you have within you. And it is the greatest weapon to bear no weapons. It is the greatest gift to show someone else that despite all of their pain, all of their anger, all of the things that they have done, whether to you or to others, you still keep your hand and your heart open to them. Even as they attack and hate you. And this is not something that is reserved for saints or for, martyrs. This is the path of love. This is something that we all must do. We all must learn to do. Whether it's with our children, or our parents, or our bosses, or our leaders, or with the people that look up to us. And sometimes it's not the people who look up to us with with glistening eyes and who love our work, but rather it's the ones who come with barbed comments and harsh criticism that truly need us the most. I can't tell you the number of times that people have come at me and posted negative, harsh, attacking comments on something I've written or posted on social media. And I used to be terrified. I used to be absolutely terrified of posting because of the way that I was afraid of being criticized in exactly this way. And I remember there was one post that when I first started doing this kind of healing work. I posted it before meaning to, and it went public, and it wasn't anything big, but I got such backlash from people that I thought were my friends, people who I thought liked me and supported my work, and they came with such vitriol. And instead of hiding under my blankets and retreating, and saying, "Oh, I'm sorry," and taking the post down or something like that, I responded to each and every one of them with compassion and with love. And I could see as the conversation went on that something started to change in them. They recognized where I was coming from. They heard the love in my words and the forgiveness that I was granting them. And their tone changed. And it became softer. And later, other people who, had chimed in or who had read the thread of comments, they reached out to me privately and they said, I saw how you handled that, and I just want to let you know that I really respect you. And ever since then, I've treated any kind of attack like that with the same compassion, with the same love, because I know that the person that is lashing out is doing so because a part of them is asking for help. And it could be that they're trying to test, they're trying to see, are you real? Are you for real? Can you walk the walk? You talk a big game, but can you actually walk the walk? And so many people have probably failed them in the past, who they've trusted, who they've looked up to, and they're sick of it. They're sick of hypocrites. They're sick of being let down, and so they attack the things that they most want and need, because they don't trust that that power and authority can be wielded well and with light and with love. And that, especially in the spiritual domain, especially when there are so many, in our minds, there are so many examples of spiritual leaders that have abused their power, whether it's, in the Christian church or in cults that sprang up in the 60s and 70s and honestly continue to pop up in different forms. People are skeptical. And when you show up bearing the light, don't be surprised when you are attacked for it. And this could, You don't have to be a spiritual teacher or posting about this stuff online to get this kind of backlash. You can show up lovingly with your friends or your family in whatever context, and you will probably get attacked, because it is scary. Either they don't trust that you're for real, or they're afraid of intimacy. They're afraid of truly opening up to somebody who is truly opening up to them, because then that means, opening up to love means that you're opening up to pain. Just as you start on any true relationship, there is a kind of terror that comes out of knowing what it would mean if this person suddenly left, or if they died. Somehow they were taken away from you. The pain that would cause. It's the essence of why so many people avoid relationships or are afraid of commitment. And there's many other things that go into it as well, but into those kinds of patterns of relationship. But that's one of them. And so if you go around bearing the light with an open heart, be ready to be attacked. Be ready to be pierced through. And I think the symbol, the mythical, deep symbol of Jesus Christ being pierced on the cross is really a poignant and beautiful allegory for what the heart really does. That the heart is pierced again and again, attacked and bloodied, crucified, and over again, it forgives. The ego tries to harden a shell around it, armor up, prevent us from ever having to feel that pain again. But the true, the heart within us, the true center of our spiritual life, it knows that everything must be forgiven. I believe it was Cicero or some Greek philosopher who said to understand all is to forgive all. And the heart knows, because it is aligned with the truth of our universe, with the truth of our cosmos. Love is aligned with the truth that understands all, that understands why people do what they do, where their pain comes from, and where their defenses, their anger, their viciousness, their greed, their backstabbing nature, all of that. It sees it. It understands where the roots are. And it is able to see through all that to the love and the light that is there within the worst, the apparent worst of us. It is able to forgive. Again and again and again, it forgives. And therein lies the strength of love. And therein lies the power of love. That it can never be killed. It can never be broken. It only feels like that when our ego tries to come in and take the blow itself to prevent the heart from suffering. It's well-meaning, but really it's the heart that needs to be doing that work. So, with that said, I think my partner just arrived home, and you spent a little bit of time with her. So, I hope that this video has touched you, and if it has, please like, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.